You'd never talk to someone you love the way you talk to yourself. You wouldn't call them lazy, or stupid, or a failure. But you say those things to yourself, sometimes daily. What if that voice in your head isn't even yours? Welcome back to Look Within Yourself. This is episode 4 of our Father Wound series, and today we're going to meet someone who's been living rent-free in your mind, your inner critic, the one that whispers, "You're not good enough. You always mess it up. No one's really proud of you." But here's the truth. That voice was shaped by someone else. And today, we're going to learn how to rewrite it. We all have a voice in our head. It narrates our lives. Sometimes it motivates, sometimes it comforts, and sometimes it destroys. Psychologists call this our inner voice or self-talk. It's the running commentary that shapes how we see ourselves. Now here's the key. Your inner voice didn't start with you. It started with the voices you heard as a child. And for many, the loudest one was your father's. If your father was supportive, consistent, emotionally available, your inner voice might be calm, encouraging, forgiving. But if he was distant, critical, cold, or explosive, then your inner voice may sound like, "You should have done better. You're weak. Nobody cares." That's because your brain, especially as a child, is designed to survive by adapting to authority. If love was conditional, you adapted by criticizing yourself first, hoping to avoid external punishment. This is what trauma researcher Dr. Gabor Mate calls preemptive rejection, rejecting yourself before someone else can. It becomes reflex, and this voice becomes your default narrator. Neurofact. The inner critic is wired through the default mode network, DMN, the part of the brain active during self-reflection. When that wiring is formed under stress or criticism, it becomes hostile by default. It's not easy to catch your inner critic because it speaks in your voice. It feels like truth. It feels like you, but it's not. So let's break it down. Here are 3 signs that your inner voice is actually the father wound in disguise. 1. It uses shame, not correction. Real growth says, "You made a mistake." The father wound voice says, "You are a mistake." 2. It speaks in absolutes. "You always ruin things. You'll never be good enough." That's the kind of thinking kids internalize when they grow up walking on eggshells. 3. It triggers fight, flight, or freeze. Ever messed something up and immediately spiraled into panic or paralysis? That's not logic. That's old pain, reactivated. Once you recognize this voice, you can start separating it from yourself. Here's the good news. That inner voice isn't permanent. It can be rewritten, but not by yelling over it, and not by pretending to be positive. Here are 3 real research-backed ways to change your inner voice, starting today. 1. Externalization, CBT technique. You can't heal a wound you think is your skin. Step 1. Give your critic a name, a character, a shape. This helps your brain disidentify from it. Say, "That's the drill sergeant," or "There's the inner prosecutor again." Write down what that voice says. Then ask yourself, would I say this to a child? If the answer is no, rewrite the sentence. Not into fake positivity, but into truthful compassion. Example, "You're such a failure." 2. "You made a mistake, you're still learning." 2. Self-to-part dialogue, IFS inspired. In internal family systems, we learn that we are not one voice. We're many parts. The inner critic is just one part trying to protect you from shame, rejection, and failure. Speak to it like this. "Hey, I hear you're scared. I know you think being harsh keeps me safe, but I don't need that kind of protection anymore." Give your inner self, the calm, wise part, a voice again. That's reparenting in action. 3. The father filter method. Before believing what your inner voice says, ask, would this voice exist if I had a different kind of father? If the answer is no, then don't take it as truth. Take it as a memory. This single question rewires how seriously your brain registers self-talk. It breaks the emotional spell. The ultimate goal? Not just silencing the critic, but building a new inner father. Someone inside you who says, "I've got your back." You don't have to earn love. Mistakes are part of learning. You may have never heard that voice growing up, but you can start hearing it now. And the more you hear it, the more it becomes your new normal. Here's how to practice. Record a 30-second voice memo of that supportive voice. Listen to it every morning for 7 days. Repeat it out loud. Yes, even if it feels silly. Pair it with deep breathing to anchor it in your nervous system. Over time, your brain will treat this new voice like the real one. Because it is. It's yours. The way you talk to yourself matters, because it becomes the way you let others talk to you. And the voice you hear most often becomes the story you live inside. You didn't choose the first voice, but you get to choose the next one. In the next episode, we'll look at perfectionism, the invisible armor children of critical fathers often wear. Until then, speak to yourself like someone who's finally safe, and keep looking within.